Up in Mzansi, things can range from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. That's just the way the nature of things work up. And it's just the way also, I guess, that we keep ourselves very fresh with these current affairs, knowing very well that at different times, things can change quickly. Speaking of which, South African singer Kelly Khumalo expressed how much she hated being asked questions about the drama in her life on the latest episode of her Showmax reality series, which aired on Tuesday, the 12th of July. Izolo. Kelly Khumalo attended an event on the latest episode of her reality series. She seemed to enjoy the event, but then she expressed that she hated being asked questions about the drama in her life. The Mpini hitmaker was asked about how she was handling everything, and she was not impressed. Kelly expressed that she was annoyed by questions like this and wished journalists could be more creative. She also mentioned that she has been asked the same question for the last 8 years. You know, can I tell you something about the drama? It's their drama, not mine. It's projection. They're hoping that I'll react to the drama. Too bad for you, I'm not going to. I don't have time for the rubbish, she said. I'm too grown up and I've got very creative and very safe space for myself, my business, my family, friends, and I'm very happy. In fact, I'm at my best at this point, she continued. It's unclear whether Kelly was referring to being asked about her baby daddy and or ex-boyfriend Senzo Meyiwa and her other baby daddy to host Jub Jub. Had been trending on Twitter since the death of Senzo on the 26th of October 2014. And through this, his murder trial, which took place earlier this year, and it continuing now at the moment with the murder trial still going on. So, I mean, it would be one thing if people could come clean about what really happened that day. It's not our drama, it's your drama. It happened at your house. You were there. What do you mean it's our drama and it's us projecting, hoping you'd react? We do hope you react. React and tell the truth. Anyway, let me not make it like nobody or that anybody is perfect in this world. However, let's not always try to rationalize or justify everything by pointing outwards. Sometimes the problem might be closer than we give credit to the problem for. Anyway, South African rapper Nadia Nakai, who is dating AKA, took to her Instagram stories to announce that she left Twitter on the 7th of July. AKA's girlfriend Nadia Nakai took it to Instagram to reveal she's leaving Twitter. She claims that it is a toxic platform and people are always bringing each other down there. So it's not for her. Twitter is a credible source now. Wait a minute, clickbait is a hell of a drug. I can't do it. Nothing is celebrated there, she continued. She went on to say that there is zero common sense on the platform and she enjoys being happy. There's zero common sense there, and that place is just a SH1T. That's what she wrote. Shortly after Nadia Nakai and her boyfriend's baby mamas, DJ Zinhle, were dragged onto Twitter for showing each other the fake love, DJ Zinhle clapped back at the trolls by calling them desperate. She said this video is not fun. People prefer hate and bitterness between women for their own entertainment. It's not going to be us. Our family's good. Sorry to disappoint. Some of it, like that post about Nadia and is so desperate. Anything to tweet about. Me and my family, disgusting, she retweeted. In law, or in the legal field, 2 on-duty correctional services officials were senselessly killed, their firearms stolen as they traced an absconded parolee in the East Rand. Minister of Justice and Corrections Ronald Lamola said the incident happened yesterday. The officers of the Boksburg Community Correctional Services were killed in cold blood at around 7:45 a.m. in the Duduza area, Minister Lamola said. The 2 officials named as Mr. Fago and Mr. Moliki were tracing a parolee who was on the run. The 2 seem to randomly have been shot and killed. A state firearm was stolen from one of the dead officials. Minister decried the senseless act of brutality against the 2 officials. The tremendous sense of loss is magnified by the tragic circumstances under which such a violent assault was unleashed against officials. It is my heartfelt and deepest condolences that the families of the deceased and correctional officials may find peace. Along with the police, Lamola assured that no stone will be left in finding the killers and those standing behind these heinous crimes. It's ugly, real ugly when we get to a point like this. Let's hope they solve this and get to giving us that hope back that this is not how we should consider the new normal. The president of Sri Lanka, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, fled the country earlier on Wednesday morning. That's today. Hours before he was due to step down amid a devastating economic crisis that has triggered severe shortages of food and fuel. Rajapaksa, along with his wife and 2 bodyguards, left aboard a Sri Lankan Air Force plane bound for the city of Malé, a capital of the Maldives, according to an immigration official who spoke to the condition of anonymity. The president's departure followed months of demonstrations culminating in protesters storming his home and office, as well as official residence of the prime minister. Rajapaksa had previously agreed to resign, with the Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe saying that he would leave once a new government was in place. Sri Lankan presidents are protected from arrest while in power, and it is likely Rajapaksa planned his escape while he still had constitutional immunity. A corruption lawsuit against him in his former role as a defense official was withdrawn when he was elected president. On Wednesday morning, Sri Lankans continued to stream into the presidential palace. What Rajapaksa did, flee the country, is a timid act, said one of them, who said that the 24-year-old student of maritime electrical engineering, who came with friends. She said, "I'm not celebrating. There's no point celebrating. We have nothing in this country at the moment," he added. Hamba Rajapaksa. In 2018, Sean Davison was arrested in Cape Town on what would later become 3 premeditated murder counts. After assisting in ending the lives of 3 men between 2013 and 2015, Davison, who holds a dual South African and New Zealand citizenship, first made headlines in 2010 when he was arrested and charged after he helped the 58-year-old terminally ill mother die in 2006. Following a trial in Dunedin High Court in New Zealand, Davison, who was convicted and sentenced to 5 months house arrest. On the 19th of June 2019, he was convicted in the Western Cape High Court of 3 counts of premeditated murder after 3 men, Anrich Berger, Justin Varian, and Richard Holland, who had been suffering from unbearable pain, asked Davison to help them end their lives. In a plea agreement with the state, Davison was sentenced to house arrest for 3 years and was banned from speaking to the media for the duration of his sentence. Shortly after his house arrest ended, on the 20th of June 2022, Davison spoke to the Daily Maverick about his new book, The Price of Mercy. Written during his house arrest, this focuses on his arrest 2018 and the aftermath. Well, that's one way of doing it. 24 minutes now before 10. The country is eagerly waiting to hear President Cyril Ramaphosa's solution to rolling blackouts, but many have already given up, saying the power cuts have taken over their lives. Small and medium-sized businesses say they are struggling to keep afloat, but all seem to agree that political will, transparency, and cutting red tape can only make things better. To which we will definitely have to monitor and keep a definite eye on. Gauteng Community Safety MEC Faith Mazibuko says police have obtained footage of the tavern shooting that happened in Orlando East in Soweto on Sunday. Speaking Speaking to the ENCA on Tuesday as a matter of at a prayer meeting for families of the people who were gunned down at Mdlalose Tavern in Nomzamo, Mazibuko did not reveal how police got the footage. The death toll rose to 16 after one of the hospitalized patrons succumbed to the injuries in hospital on Tuesday. Here in Nomzamo, they have been able to get some footage somewhere. Not everyone goes to sleep. Even you try and do something, there might be an eye somewhere is looking at you. The footage will also help police find the gunmen. And the one in Katlehong also, the district commissioner there is working flat out. The police are working flat out to also, because at the Mputlane Inn Tavern, they robbed the patrons. Unlike here in Nomzamo, they just came in and massacred people. We acknowledge that the families have different cultural practices and beliefs. We accept that they might need to do rituals or collect the spirits of the family members. The councillor will ask the tavern owner to allow for families to do this all. Mazibuko said the provincial government will provide counseling for the families. Finally, the hitman allegedly hired by the husband of a Gauteng police officer is set to appear in Davidson Magistrates Court today. The 30-year-old man was successfully apprehended by a joint police team that includes the Directorate of Priority Crime Investigations, Serious Organizations of Crime Investigation, together with Ekurhuleni Crime Intelligence, as well as Metro Police. According to the Hawks spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Pilani Nkwalase, the suspect was about to flee to Swaziland. Constable Ntomzoto Prudence Masugu, who's 34 years old, was attached to the Davidson SAPS. She was on her way to work, accompanied by her husband on the 23rd of June when she was gunned down. They were allegedly accosted by two taxis on Durant Road at Makgoba Village, and passengers of both taxis allegedly approached the couple and fired several shots at the police officers whilst her and her husband ran for cover. He said the husband, Velu James Masug, who's also 34 years old, was later arrested for the same day for his wife's murder. Nkwalase said the suspect, who was arrested on Sunday, was spotted driving a vehicle matching the description provided on the Jules Street in Malvern. The 30-year-old was arrested and the vehicle was also seized. Her husband appeared in court before the same court, and the matter was postponed to July 11th. In fact, July 18th, I apologize, where he is expected to appear alongside the alleged hitman, Nkwalase said. So that is yet to be seen, will be monitored, and definitely would love to see the end result of that end in justice being found for each and everyone involved in any of these and other current affairs.
We are extraterrestrial. We are